Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another long-term update for you. It has been a long while since I've done one, no pun intended, but obviously there's a lot to catch up on. I like to do these every few months, and it just kind of updates the knives I've had around for at least a few months, and just kind of my long-term thoughts about them and how I think they're doing. Most of the time, these are all keepers when I do these videos, because obviously I've had them for a few months. I'm probably going to hold on to them for a while, but there are a few that are going away on this, so it's a bit different than usual. And one of them is a little caveat. I haven't had it for several months, but I had another one, and I switched the colors. But we'll get to that when we get to that knife. And a couple of them don't have videos or only appear in a comparison video or something. So they're not going to have a link down below. All the rest of them I will link to the full review down below. So with all that said, let's get going. Let's get into the knives. First up, we have the Bestech Texel. This is an Adam Purvis design made by Bestech, $52. Excellent, excellent, excellent budget knife. In my initial review, I believe that I said I apologized to them. I think I even put it in the title because it was not in my top 10 budget knives of the year for 2019. It would have been if I had one. It just kind of slipped under my radar. I saw a prototype at Blade Show, I believe, and then I just forgot about it. And that's my fault. I just missed out on it. This is an awesome knife. You guys don't miss out on it. Great blade shape, D2 steel. Really good price, awesome action, great ergos. It's just a really, really fun knife for $52. Look at that. Look at how drop shotty that thing is. That is just freaking great. I don't think I even torn this thing apart. I think that's just how it is when I got it. I don't think I lubed it up. Although the Bestech logo is a bit crooked, so maybe I did. I don't remember, but still, just awesome action. And I do carry it a fair bit. It's one of my favorite kind of worker sort of knives. I've had to strop it a little bit, but not like fully sharpen it. Oh, it's so good. I really, really love this knife for $52. It's pretty awesome. We're going to stick in the budget realm for a few knives here. Next will be the CJRB Centros. This did make my top 10 of 2019, and it should have. This is a Dylan Mallory design. Got the name right. I often say Alex Mallory because I have a friend named Alex Mallory, so I get confused. Great young designer. He's got a lot of cool stuff coming out, primarily with CJRB and Artisan Cutlery, who is CJRB's parent company. Nice G10 D2 steel, really good action. Thumb studs, no flipper. I like that. Nice deep carry pocket clip. Just a fantastic knife. It's kind of big and stabby. I'll admit I don't carry this a whole ton, but I also can't bear to let it go. The times I do carry it, I do really enjoy it. So I don't really have any comments about the durability or anything, but I do on the next CJRB. So you can kind of just apply those same thoughts to this. Yeah, I wish it was milled out a little bit more, but for the price, I'm not really gonna complain. I think these are under $40. I have highly considered dyeing it just because this is kind of a light gray. I like the color though. It would just be for giggles if I did it. I have no issues with the color, and it does come in other colors. I believe it even comes in a natural jade. If, like me, you have become addicted to dyeing budget knives, you might want to try that one out. But a really good design, really great knife, and I really, really do enjoy it when I do carry it. But unfortunately, it's not that much, but it's so inexpensive, I'm going to keep it around. Now, the next CJRB, I do carry a fair bit. Again, very much a budget model. D2 steel again, G10 handles again. This is the Feldspar. This is the mini. Now, I did get both. I had the large and the mini. I was going to decide when I got them which one to keep. I obviously kept the mini, passed the large one on to somebody else, and I just really like it. It fits my hands really well. Sometimes minis don't fit. I have skinny fingers, but large size glove hands. But this does fit me really well. Ergonomics are great. Awesome blade on it. And I just think in this brown, it comes in other colors, but I think in this brown with these coppery looking collars, I think it looks classy as hell. I really, really do like it. I think it looks really, really nice. It looks infinitely more expensive than it is. And the action is awesome again. Just a thumb stud, but doesn't need anything more than that. I really, really enjoy it. If you're looking for like a budget alternative to something like a mini grip or something like that, this is a very, very good choice. Awesome knife, and I do carry this one a fair bit, and it is held up a whole lot. Held up very well. That's a better way to say that, Brian. Yeah, not bad at all. No issues at all with anything on this. This one I know for sure I have not taken apart, and it's been completely fine. Again, probably stropped it a couple times, but that's about it. Next up, this is one that's going away. I got it mostly just to, you guys always bug me about not reviewing a Kershaw leak. And after doing the review, and I still stand by what I say, I get it. I get why you guys like them so much. But it's still just not my thing. This is a Walmart exclusive version. Probably going to be in the next knife sale, bundled with a couple other budget Kershaws I'm going to pass on. When I'm selling budget knives, I like to do my bundles like that. It's just easier on shipping and everything. One of the only knives that I carry tipped down, because it sticks out enough. When it's tipped down, it sticks out even more if you try and carry it tip up. Speed safe with a lock and all this. It's a very old school Canonian design. They've been making these for freaking ever. They come in a million different versions. Yeah, this is the Walmart exclusive version. It's fine, but, and I did carry it enough like for a couple weeks to kind of get the idea of the leak, and I get why people like them, but it's not my thing. At the end of the day, it's just not my thing. The speed safe and the weird carry and all that stuff, it just isn't my thing. So this one will be going away, but it's not a bad knife. I get why you all like them. Kershaw leak lovers down below, feel free to crucify me. It's just not my deal. A huge pocket clip for the size it is. Just a lot of little things that don't make it part of my regular EDC. I stand by what I said in the review, where I get why you guys love them. It is very good. Okay, fine, it is very good, but just not my thing. Next up, definitely my thing. Actually, this has no video. I just bought it for myself about 3-4 months ago. Actually, maybe I traded with a friend, or maybe I bought it from mine. I can't remember. But this is a Spyderco Chaparral. I had the Chaparral lightweight previously, and I liked it, but there were a few things I didn't like. I knew I'd like the carbon fiber version better, so that's what I did. I now have a lightweight back again, but that is just for some videos I wanted to do. It ain't gonna stick around. I like this one much better. Just thin, slicey, excellent to carry, and this winds up in my pocket a whole lot, mostly in kind of that quote-unquote gentleman's carry role when I have gigs and stuff. And I don't want a big, obvious, giant knife sticking out of my pocket. This winds up in that role a whole lot. It's just so slicey and thin, and just a simple back lock. It doesn't freak anybody out. It's just so good. You can still do all the Spidey stuff with it when you're not in front of a camera pole. Trust me, I can Spidey. Look at I adjusted my my camera mount for this video because I'm trying to get so many knives in, and now I'm really restricted. I'm sitting here, my elbows literally like touching my ribs, so it's a bit of a pain. But it's not a fun knife to fiddle with, but it's fun enough. It's held up extremely well. I love the XHP steel. It's one of my favorites, and this has been no exception. Pretty easy to sharpen. There's some gunk on the blade. Sorry about that. But I really do enjoy this knife a whole lot. Next up is and they're what, 140, something like that? I forgot to mention the price on this one. I think this one was about 50 bucks. Apologize. I'm going to try and remember prices, but I'm not guaranteeing to get them right through all this. Next up, we have the Hogue Deca. This one is a bit unique because it is the Wharncliffe version. A lot of people are opting for the standard drop point instead of this modified Wharncliffe. I liked the Wharncliffe a bit better, still do. I don't think I'm in the majority on that, but this is a fantastic knife. It really is. It's light, has the Able lock on it, their version of the Benchmade Axis lock. The action is awesome, screaming sharp out of the box, and has remained so. Just a really, really good knife, and you're getting 20 CV steel for like 140, 150 bucks. This is the blue lava color, and it does not have a deep carry clip on anymore. I had put a ZT deep carry clip on it that worked very well. Then I also ordered Hogue's deep carry clip. They do make one themselves, and they sent me the wrong one, and I have not gotten the correct one back again. Hogue does have a deep carry clip listed on their site. I need to go back and take care of that. It's still sitting in a bag, and I just need to send it back to them, and I haven't gotten around to it. So when they didn't send it to me, I haven't sent it to them yet either, so it's not their fault. But I don't mind this clip as much as everybody else does anyway, so it's just not a priority in my mind. But eventually I'll put the Hogue deep carry clip on it. If I keep it, this one is an if. I like the modified Wharncliffe a lot better than I thought I would. I think I probably like it a bit better than the drop point. Gear Towards Gear sent me the drop point. But I don't need two Hogue Decas around for videos. And everybody else seems to prefer the drop point. So good chance I might sell this one and go buy a drop point. So I'd get the same exact scales and everything, just in a drop point. I really like the blue lava. I don't like coated blades, so I'd prefer to have an uncoated blade. So, I don't know, we'll see. Or if anybody in the comments, if you want to trade me one, I might even consider a black handled one with a drop point. I don't know. If somebody wants to do a swap, let me know. But I do prefer this blade just like that much more. But again, for videos, it's much better to have the drop point. So we shall see what happens with this. Its future is, as of yet, undetermined. But an awesome freaking knife. It's held up extremely well. It's been carried a ton, and I have had zero problems. I really do like it. Next up, another knife that only appears in one battle to the death, and I bought it just for that purpose. And I got it through Zach Stuff. Thank you very much for helping me out with that. And I thought I was just gonna get rid of it. I thought I'd get it, do the review, flip it, sell it. Now I really like it. This is a full-size Griptilian, the 20 CV with the G10 scales. I had a mini grip in exactly the same configuration years ago, and the mini grips never really blow me away. I just didn't like the ergos as much, but I like the full size a lot better. And I can't see a reason to get rid of this. I really like it. I carry it a ton, and I never thought I would. I thought I would carry the one it competed against that it lost to more often, and I guess I probably still do, but I still carry this one a whole lot. And I've, again, zero problems with it. It came really well centered out of the box. I haven't taken it apart because I rarely take apart Benchmades or any kind of these locks. I haven't taken the Hogue apart either because they're a bit sweary. So I'm going to take them apart if I have to. I've dribbled some oil down in there and stuff, you know, and blown it out with compressed air, but I haven't taken it apart. I don't want to deal with it. I get very angry when I have to do that. But I love the colors of it too. This is definitely my favorite configuration of the Griptilian by a country mile. I even went on their custom shop. They just put these on the custom shop. And to be honest with you, I didn't see many options that I liked more than what I already have. I was kind of all ready to order one before everything hit the fan, and now I don't know what my financial situation is going to be, so that's on hold anyway. But other than maybe getting some carbon fiber scales, I don't know. Got 20 CV blade. Not much more I want, really. I like the look of this one. I like the blade. I just can't really see a reason. Now, I do wish I had an older one. They had the hollow ground blade. They don't do that anymore. That one was really, really great. That's what my mini grip had, and the blade on that thing was phenomenal. Really super slicey. This one's still pretty good, but it's not as good as that was. And again, another dirty knife. You should clean your knives, Brian, before you do this. I did clean the next one because I abuse it, so I had to clean it. So next up is the Spyderco Spidey Chef. Yeah, wow. I adore this. One of my favorite knives, not that I just currently have, but that I've ever owned. It's really blown me away. I had a loaner for a little while, and it was already pretty well used when it got to me, and the dude said, do whatever you want to it, I don't care. But I still, it's not my knife, so I didn't really want to beat on it. Then eventually, they came out with the CQI version now. You can tell the difference. It's nice on the Spidey Chef, because on some of the Spyderco CQI, if you know what CQI means, it's constant quality improvement. So they make changes as they go. And you usually can't tell. There's no indication. You just kind of have to know the date code on the box and what date they switched to the CQI. On the Spidey Chef, you can tell. If it's got black screws, it's the CQI 2 version, which means it has a ceramic detent ball, which just makes it even more corrosion resistant. That's what the party trick of the Spidey Chef is the LC200N steel doesn't rust, titanium doesn't rust. All the screws and stuff are materials that aren't going to rust. You have ceramic detent ball now. Like, there's just nothing to rust on this. And I treat it as such. This does get really messed up. Just this morning, actually, I had it in my pocket, and I was cutting up I made a breakfast pizza, and I got egg stuck all over the blade. And I tried to use my usual, like, alcohol wipes, you know, to get it off, but it was really stuck on there. It wasn't coming off. I just went down and took the little, I have one of those, you know, double-sided, you know, scrubber pads, you know, for dishes. And I just used the scrubber side and scrubbed it off and rinsed it off and let it dry. I don't worry about this thing at all. And that's my favorite thing about it. The LC200N, I have had to touch up a few times. I've had this for quite a while. I bought it after sending the loaner back. I think I bought this one for myself in October. There's a video about it whenever I got it. And I just love it. I just love the complete non-worry about it. And also, I like the ergos a whole lot. I like the blade shape a whole lot. I know it's called the Spidey Chef. I do use it in the kitchen a fair bit. Mostly it's kind of like a little preppy knife. Obviously, I use a real chef's knife for other stuff. Somebody made a comment about the last time I mentioned this knife, but it's not great for the kitchen. Yeah, of course it's not perfect for the kitchen. It's a folder. I know that. I use a big knife when I have to, but this is just nice to have. If it's in my pocket and I have to, you know, cut up a small something in the kitchen, it does work pretty well for that because there's no flipper tab. You can really get down on a cutting board and stuff. And like I said, like today, it was in my pocket. I had to cut up a little mini breakfast pizza that I made myself. It was fine. It worked fine. The pizza cutter we have is dirty because my kids are lazy and didn't do the dishes, and we had pizza the other night, or last night, so I didn't have access to that, so I just use this because it's in my pocket, and it worked great. And it is just a really good EDC knife, very slim, great to carry. Love, 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 love the Spidey Chef, if that's not obvious. This thing I cannot ever see going away. First of all, I abuse it so much, it probably has a lot of my DNA on it, even though I washed it a few times. And secondly, it's just so good, I don't want to let it go. Next up, this one has a bit of a caveat. This is a Protech SBR. I don't have a lot of autos because I'm not allowed to carry them outside of the house in New York. And I never do that, officer. But I did have an SBR previously. I had a olive green with a more like dark washed blade. It was never the color I wanted. It was just what they had available at Blade Show. So that's what I got. I sold it, and now I have a black one with the lighter stonewash blade, exactly what I wanted. And as a guy who can't carry automatics out of the house and just keeps one, maybe two around at a time, this is an awesome token automatic. It satisfies everything I want. It's not super big. It has that awesome Protech snap, Les George design, and not a terribly expensive knife. I think these are like $170. Not too bad at all for a Protech. You're getting what, S35 VN, I think it is. Yeah, S35 VN steel. It's not terribly thick or thin behind the edge or anything. It's not a slicing machine, but the ergonomics are excellent for a knife this size. And just that. Both of them I had have been exactly the same. Just snappy as all get out. I really, really do love carrying this thing when I can in my house or when I travel, you know, to a place where it's legal. It's just awesome. It's just so good. The SBR is just one of my favorite autos I've ever handled, which again, my experience is fairly limited, but I'm trying to branch out more, just to bring you guys the reviews, even if I can't carry them. And lastly, we have the Hinderer Eclipse 3.0. This one I still really do enjoy, but I will say right off the bat, this one's going away. Why? Because I have 4 Hinderers. I don't need 4 Hinderers. They're not cheap knives. I have other stuff I could use this money for to buy other things with. I did dye the scales on it. I liked it enough to take the time to dye the scales. They were OD green, as I mentioned a minute ago. I don't like OD green. And they don't make custom scales for it yet, and I got sick of waiting for people to do it, so I just dyed them black, and I do like the look of it a lot better. It is the Spyderco blade, which I'm not in love with. That's one of the reasons why I'm getting rid of it. I do love the size of it a whole lot. I do like the look of it a lot, and I still like the ergos a lot. This has the thicker like liner lock, the liner lock plus or whatever it is they call it, which is pretty unique among my Hinderers. The rest of them are all frame locks. I like that. It has the tri-way pivot, all that stuff you want from a Hinderer. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I do really, really enjoy it, but at the time I had this and an XM18, and that was a nice little combo. This was kind of my one I carried. My XM18 has some fancy pants options on it, so I didn't carry that much. But then I wound up getting, in rapid succession, I wound up getting a half track, which I don't have either, half track Warncliffe, and it's almost the same size. I kind of liked that more. I always have like the half track a whole lot. I think objectively in a lot of ways, as far as ergos and stuff, this is probably a little bit better, but I still just like the half track, especially in that Warncliffe. So for a smaller Hinderer, I was carrying that, and then I got the Eclipse, and the Eclipse is not that much bigger. Another one that came green, and I died, but I seem to always wind up with them in green, and then wind up dyeing them. But it's not that much bigger, and I just enjoy the slicer grind more. If they come out with this in a slicer or spear point or something, I could totally see myself getting another one. It's just that it's a Spyderco and not my favorite thing. It's a fine blade. It works great, but it's just not my favorite. So this one's definitely going away. Next knife sale, this will be on there. Or if one of you guys want to make me an offer now, I don't care, because it's definitely in the for sale pile. But it is still a great knife. I have nothing to really complain about it. I just have other Hinderers that I like more, and I don't need 4 of them. So yet, until they come out with another one, then maybe I'll get 4 again. But for right now, I'm going to be a 3 Hinderer guy. So the XM18 and the Jurassic and the half track. So that's it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I like doing these little updates. I'll try to do them more often. I say that all the time and then I don't, but I'm going to make that most likely empty promise to you again. So, and now I've kind of done all of them, so it's going to be a couple months before I do another one anyway, because I just need to take that much time with some of them. So I do have a few coming up, though, that I know I'm going to be keeping, that I know you guys will want to see. So keep an eye on the channel. Thanks again so much, everybody. Stay safe. Wash your damn hands. Have a good one.